I think that voters are just not impressed with how things have been run in the last 2 years. I'm definitely that way, but I'm a Republican, so it doesn't really matter. I was going to vote Republican. The thing that matters is those independents and where they're at. I get the sense that even when people aren't saying it, that they're not particularly enthused with how the country is being run right now. And I guess we'll find out pretty soon if that's the case. If Republicans take the House and take the Senate, basically it'll just be obstruction, so they'll just be able to keep the government from doing more of these huge spending bills where trillions goes out, and it just adds to the national debt. Really harmful to the economy. Spending so much money. So government spending just puts money where it doesn't belong. And when money comes to an area, it says, do more of this. So in the free market, when you buy a product, you're basically voting, do more of this. So if I purchase a camera, if somebody purchases one of my sculptures or purchases my online course, things like that, they're saying, do more of this. That's what you're saying when you purchase somebody's product. And so when the government takes money from people and then uses its judgment to say, do more of this, they're almost always wrong. And the reason for that is that the government is a few people, but the free market's many, many, many times more people. And the collective knowledge of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people is always going to be more than the collective knowledge of 1,000 people that are deciding where these dollars are flowing. And so the mark is almost always off, which means that there's going to be an increased production of things that people do not value. Because in the free market, if you value it, you're going to pay for it. That's going to be incentivized. But when government spends, then they're just saying, do more of this because of this money, but it might be do more of this because we want your vote. We're going to take some money from this guy, give it to these people to try to get them to continue to support us, the handouts that we're giving them from the government. I think that during the pandemic, the amount of government spending that went up so much, and then they de-incentivized people to go out and actually produce products. So they were saying, do more of this, stay at home. Do more of stay at home. Stay at home more. Don't be productive in society. Don't create products. Don't give out services. And that, combined with just flooding the market with all of these dollars, is why we're seeing the inflation. I think the inflation should be way above what it is right now. It's they're saying it's 8%. I think it should be around 40% because that's how much money was injected into the economy by just, they don't even have to print it now. They just basically put numbers on a screen and that money's gone out. I think the reason that inflation isn't at 40% is because a lot of people that got those funds, like schools and things like that, they're holding on to the money. So they're not spending it right away. So there's still trillions of dollars of inflation that will be hitting us. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. Inflation might be at the end, but we'll see. And that inflation, if it takes them, years to spend that money, then that inflation might be dragged out over years. But 8% inflation over 5 years, that is a serious hit to the value of the dollar. It really makes the dollar unstable. It makes investing unstable, or it makes saving unstable. It's not a good thing. The consequences of that policy, you feel the benefits right away. Everybody likes to get a check in the mail for a couple $1,000s that they can then go out and spend. But what you don't realize is that in a year from now, everything is going to be more expensive. And that's exactly what happened